Did I mute it? I muted that. I got to unmute it here in a second. All right, we're here. We're live. There's a clock in the top over here. That's how long we'll be stretching for. Today's my off day from training, so I'm not supposed to be moving. I'm very hungry on a very calorie-restricted diet, but I wanted to come here and do something, so I thought I'd just stretch because I could probably do that, yeah? So can I close that? There we go. Can we get some flex emojis in chat if everything is looking good? Here we go. Looks like it. Okay. You guys like the toilets? That was David's idea.
What?
David, that was your fault.
You could have chosen anything. You know what? I said bathroom. We saw toilets. We want toilets.
I mean, he did say bathroom. We got toilets instead. This is what we got. I was actually looking for like a mountain peak or something, like, you know, some sort of like kung fu mountain from Asia or something, where it's like some dude practices martial arts for 8 hours in the morning because every freaking hour in the day is morning for them. But I couldn't find the thing I was looking for, and we're just like, we got to start, guys. So thanks, guys, for waiting for me to find a toilet background.
This is not. I had nothing to do with this. I didn't pick this.
I haven't actually started even warming up yet, but an hour is a good amount of time to stretch here. So I'm going to go start stretching now. So we're going to switch cameras to that one, and I'm going to turn on this. Should be good to go. All right. See if I get
Okay.
Get this lav mic on me. You guys can probably hear me now. There we go. It's a little different. We got that live lav. I got chat over here. Let me load up chat on my phone. Show me what's going on. Show me what's going on. It's still not refreshing chat for me for some reason, so I can't even see. I can't see what they're saying. There it is. Got it.
Mostly people saying hi.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Apple and pear preserves in Texas. There we go. I could really go for some cucumbers. I eat about 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 of them a day. Cucumbers.
Cucumbers?
2 million a day.
This is how you survive a bodybuilding prep. Cucumbers and carbonated water.
Oh, there have been a couple people who've mentioned someone's been offering free prizes on your behalf. Jujimufu at Telegram.
Yeah,
It's
just
fake.
ignore it. I don't know why people have to tell me that. It's just like people copy me all the time.
Guys, we don't do that stuff. Don't click on
All
that
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
We are going to start with a classic stretching routine. Matt, I don't know, so please don't ask again. We're going to start with a classic stretching routine, dynamic stretching to start with. This is actually how I built my flexibility in my bedroom of my parents' house growing up. I would start with the dynamic stretches, and I'd do the splits every night. So I did that in probably an area that was the size of this. This is about how much space I had in my parents' bedroom in the back of the house. It was like literally this square. I'd stand here and do dynamic stretches.
What,
and
like
splits
1.5 by 3 feet?
The bed was here, the wall was here, the dresser was here, and then the bed extended past here, and the door was here. I mean, I had, what is this, like 6 square feet? We're not even using this isn't even our final form. We got like 3 cameras we're not using because we don't need to, because I'm just gonna be in one spot. I'm stretching like literally right here the whole time, so.
Well, we just got a super chat from Earthfinger. Thank you for
Hell
that.
yeah,
with
super
a little
chat, what we got?
Appreciate the five,
it's
brother.
Just a little
I can
muscle
see it.
emoji thing in my bub.
Oh,
And
yeah, thank you,
Bulk
Earthfinger.
Brogan, thank you for joining the flock. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother.
I was about to say, I don't think I can pull that off.
Are we all gonna try the Hulk Hogan? Welcome to the flock,
Bulk
brother.
Brogan.
Brogan.
Ooh.
I want to see you join the flock, brother.
No, that never mind. That's a whole different wrestler. Eek.
Wrong wrestler.
If you guys see people do this in a gym, they're smart. They know what they're doing. It's really good. Dynamic stretching, just arm swings. This is one of the biggest ways of preserving your shoulder health. So I've got pretty big shoulders because, you know, they're not going to get big unless I work them out a lot. It can be dangerous. A lot of people have shoulder problems. I don't. And one of the biggest things that helped me prevent shoulder problems is just dynamic stretching. So always doing this before your push days or anything like that, or just doing it regularly as a habit. Dude, it's such a smart thing to do, and it really helps out your shoulder health. So like this
Are
thing.
you looking to, is this going to be mostly a upper body stretching stream or lower body?
No, I mean, most of the time it's going to be spent stretching the lower body for this stream
Okay.
because that's the hardest part. Stretching upper body is easy. You don't need super flexibility for the upper body. You just need to stretch. And for the lower body, I'm actually trying to build it. Or not build it, just get it a little bit more comfortable because I'm going to be doing splits on stage to bodybuilding show.
So you will be covering like inner thighs, hamstring stretches, stuff like that.
Mainly going to be working on front split today. I'm not going to do the side split. That takes too long. I'll do that another time.
But I mean, what about for general folk who don't do split things?
Do what I'm doing.
Okay.
Stretch with me. What's the name of the stream? The name of the stream is
So
Stretch
you're
with
going
Me.
to cover some lower body stretches that normal folk can
I want people to stand up out of their chair,
Okay.
get a mace, and knock some shit over in their bedroom.
If you guys don't have a mace, you can use weight plates. You can literally use a stick. Anything that has kind of something that's weighted and similarly shaped, you can do these shoulder rotations with, and it has pretty similar effect.
I got chat here.
do. Hey, Euros, welcome to the flock.
Eros, I'm going to say your name
Thanks
wrong,
for
but
joining the flock.
Eros Milos.
Thank you, Euros.
Appreciate you.
On Chug Dude is here.
Chug, good to
Never
see you,
had
buddy.
any lower back problems. Nope. I've tweaked my lower back a couple times, but a tweak usually resolves itself in about 3 or 4 days. Back tweaks are weird. Your bed or couch ridden for like a few days, and then on like the 4th or 5th day, you're able to like do flips and shit again. It's just like it's instant change. So, no, if you want a stretch that's really going to help your lower back and protect it from injury, you're going to want to do this one.
We got a super chat from Ron.
And the super chat says,
Ryan, do you want to read it?
Juji, are you ready for the dad joke of the week?
lay it on me, brother.
All right. What elephant doesn't matter?
The elephant in the room?
I don't know if that's actually a pretty answer.
What elephant doesn't matter?
Oh no. The answer is still to come. The answer is still to come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do this stretch if you have lower back problems. It's low grade reverse hyper. It's just rear lifts. I've probably done about, 50,000 of these in my lifetime. Because you're getting a low grade lower back stimulation here and glute, and it stretches everything right.
Juji, the answer is an irrelevant. That's an elephant that doesn't matter.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. I'm sure it's supposed to be irrelevant.
I
like
get it. I
elephant.
get the joke.
Yeah.
I'm smiling.
Thank you, Drew. An irrelevant. There's the spelling of it.
I
There
don't
you go.
shake my head at dad jokes because they're usually fairly clever. They're just, there's nothing to say about just. They're great. I like dad jokes. People that don't like them, I don't know who those people are, but maybe I don't like them.
Well, our friend Bulk Brogan just said he started a new job. Now he can afford memberships and books and grip tools. All the Bulkamania. I can't read today, can I?
Sam, you want me
Yeah,
to read this?
can-
I'll read
can
it
you
for
do the reading
yeah, John,
things?
you can keep stretching. from Bulk Brogan, thank you for the 10. Started a new job. Now can afford membership, some books, and grip tools. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Bolt Brogan. What's your new job? What are you doing now, brother?
All the Bulkamaniacs know you better support your favorite creators, brother.
Brother.
Thanks for always making great stuff, Juji.
What's your new job? Let me know when he says what his new job is.
Oh, there's a lot of grizzly emojis in chat from Mr. Bulk. So he's
Training for the difficult.
Yes.
You know, that scream, like that shout that he does, that's actually pretty hard to do, actually.
Urus?
Bulk is cooking. He's
What?
a cook.
He's a cook.
Yeah.
At a restaurant or like at a, there's different types of cooks.
Well, you just gonna have to fill this in, Mr.
Being a
Brogan.
cook is like saying that you train. It's like, what do you train?
Scott Beckman wants some peepees in chat.
Peepees?
Let's go ahead and support Scott's petition for some peepees in chat.
No, I'll support that. PP. It's feeling really good, actually.
Bulk says he's working in a great restaurant. I'm assuming not restroom, and getting paid well.
Good. It's good to get paid well.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy for you. Good job, brother. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, we
and
got Russell
joining.
here, Jesse here, Pebbles, Remy, Chaos. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. And all of our international friends, thanks for tuning in as well.
VV? Nah, it's got to be PP, Remy. Remy, get it right, bro. It's not V's, it's P's.
Did you see the question from George while you were reading? Earthfinger, welcome to the flock. But going back to George, George has a question. I can't deadlift or squat anymore because of severe lower back pain afterwards. He thinks he might have anterior pelvic tilt. Any tips?
Ask Brian.
Not a doctor, as always. Go to your doctor if you do have a medical problem. That stated up front, of course. If you are getting pain during any of those big lifts, especially, the first thing I would do is obviously go to a doctor. Next thing is find a good physical therapist. Finding someone that can help you correct certain body mechanics where there is a deficit or a certain weakness in an area will not only help you recover and get better from that pain, but also come back to that lift stronger and better. So find you a good doctor, find you a good physical therapist. That's where I would start.
I also have an injury book you can buy. It's $25, but with the code, save $10 on all programs and books, it's only $15. It's like stupid low price for my books. So grab my injury book. It's got a lot of good mindset practices in there for injuries because I haven't really been injured in 5 years, 6 years. I've had some tendonitis in my arm from arm wrestling, but that was a very, very not usual circumstance. But other than that, I'm very injury free, and it's because of my instincts and my mindset towards it and how I approach training. So,
Which actually brings up, Scott brings up an interesting scenario. He says he's getting really good at side splits, doing them after work. He worked out until he broke his foot on April 20th.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I guess work around it? Or
You can always work around a broken foot. Dude, I sprained my ankle really bad. It was my worst injury. I was deadlifting a day later, almost my max. Like, I wasn't deadlifting my max, but, you know, if I was, you know, at the time my max was in the 500s, I was deadlifting in the 400s for a workout. I could still stand on the foot, it's swollen as fuck. But as long as you can work around it without pain, that's a good thing. There's always something you can do.
you've also had some patellar tendon issues as well, right?
Well, that's been the bane.
Yeah.
The patellar tendinosis.
Kyle
Kneecaps.
Packer was asking about a best stretch for patellar tendon.
I don't think a stretch is going to help you for that. You need to back off on what's aggravating it, re-strengthen, and repattern your movements. It's going to take years to fix that. I'm sorry, but that's the answer. It took me 3 years to fix my knee pain. It took me relearning how to do everything. But once I did, everything started going in the right direction. I started getting relief pretty quick. So, like, as long as you're getting some relief, you're encouraged to keep going. So even if it's like 10%, you're like, oh, wow. Well, I haven't not had it be that bad in a while. This is great, you know? So you're going to be encouraged to keep going. But it does take time. Knees over toes guy has a lot of good information.
Which, speaking of that, there's Swagophile. Said, have your knees ever gotten rough from jumping? I can tell.
Yes, jumping is what causes knee pain when you're 250 pounds outside jumping around.
Looks like they've played basketball and jammed their knees and ankles. So
Yeah,
yes.
man.
What if I'm
Well, if you
200
have,
and
There's a, and this is in my injury book, there's a model of the body. You want mobility in your ankles, stability in your knees, mobility in your hips, stability in your lower back, mobility in your upper back, stability in your neck. So it's like every other one, you want something else. It's stability, mobility, stability, mobility, stability, mobility. If your ankles and your hips have mobility problems, then your knees have to compensate by having mobility in a way that they shouldn't. And so you start to have knee problems. The same could be said for any joint. You look up or downstream and see if you have a mobility or stability problem there. Stability is increased through strengthening, mobility is increased through mobility training and some strengthening. So just figuring out how to work up or downstream. And this is extremely valuable information. So, I mean, once I learned this shit, like, I've been using it for like 15 years. So just keep that in mind and research it a little bit more because it's really handy in diagnosing yourself.
Well, it looks like Nicholas, he's managed to lose 140 pounds in the last year or two. He said he was fat, and now he's slim fat, looking to get toned, and he's one day at a time. Thinking of doing a lot more stretches, so this is a good place to start. So congrats on progress, Nicholas.
Hey, congrats on that, man. That's big.
Where's that? I don't see Nicholas's progress. Nicholas. Oh, yeah. 140 pounds is great, bro.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
David's been doing really well with eating and working out yourself, man. I mean, I've watched you since we've hired you for our team about 3 months ago, 3 or 4 months ago. Dude, your energy levels have they're PRing every week. Like every time I see you, it's like, this dude's high or something. Because when we first started working together, it's like, okay, this is like his baseline, you know? It's like, okay, this is normal. And then his energy levels just started going through the roof over time. He started eating better and he started feeling better, and it's just been amazing to watch, man.
But yeah, it really is. It's one day at a time, and you got a plan, and investing in yourself is never about investment.
No, yeah. Do some side stretches from the side. Front lift stretch is a lot harder than a back lift stretch. Not because it's hard, but just because it takes energy. You actually got to actively contract the lift more. You can't just rely on slinging shit. But
Hey, Carrie girl, I think we'll be getting into some psoas groin stretching a little bit later. Do you have any quick tips on psoas stretching?
I don't stretch it.
No?
So as? Maybe through a warrior lunge.
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself, why do you need that stretched?
Well,
I think John specifically, because he does so many different types of leg raises in different directions, he gets a lot of passive stretching in that whole entire hip/back girdle that normally he doesn't have to specifically stretch it, but you get a lot of good benefits from doing those leg lifts in all 3 directions.
I just think I've noticed about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, coaches and trainers for schools and stuff like that started putting more dynamic stretching at the beginning of their athletes' workouts. And I was just silently going, yes. They're finally doing it right. Because they used to just do static stretches before training. That shit's so 1970s.
Oh
man.
yeah, for sport training, yeah, especially when
dynamic
we were
stretching's everything.
when we were playing football. You do a couple shoulder rolls, you do a couple toe touches, and then you get your butt in the squat rack, and the strength coach tells you squat till you can't feel your legs, and you're like, okay, coach, I guess. Yeah, sport training has come a long way, and especially with dynamic stretching
really
and dynamic
has.
warm-ups, it has happened very, very quickly. I'm 30, and in the amount of time since I was a kid, I'm like, it's come a really long way.
so Earthfinger had a question. Do you suggest cycling, bicycling? He rides 5 miles every other day on a mountain bike and try to keep the heart rate up. Just wanted your opinions on that. Sounds like it's good.
I mean,
Mountain biking 5 miles?
are you
Every
asking
other
me
day?
if it's good, or are you asking me I'm not sure if you're fishing for compliments or or if you're asking me if that's enough or if that's too much. I mean, I don't know.
I think it depends on your goal, Earthfinger. What you're trying to achieve.
I love the comments that you see on videos. Never mind. There's too many of them. Don't need to go there. But 5 miles is a lot, man. I'm glad you're looking at your heart rate though, because I definitely do that a lot. I do it every time I do cardio in the morning, and it's the one metric that actually helps me understand where my body is and how to exert properly. So it's just.
Oh, okay. Got a clarification from Earthfinger. Just wanted to know if it's better than running with the shock to the knees. I mean, your dad does a combination of running and Jacob's ladder and a whole bunch of different cardio
Running
modalities.
isn't great for your knees, but I mean, if that's what you do, then you can always do what you need to do to be able to continue running. It's just there's certain activities that take too much maintenance effort around the activity itself to keep it safe, that the return on investment isn't very good for the amount of time you got to put into it. So, I'll argue until I'm blue in my face. I don't think people should be barbell bench pressing as much. But yeah, there's outliers and people that barbell bench press and are safe, but then you have to look at everything else they're doing just so they can continue bench pressing. They have to do a fuck ton of work just to not fuck themselves up doing so much of that exercise. And then you have to ask yourself, what are your goals? Well, Is it to bench more? Then that makes sense. But if it's like, because that's the first exercise of a chest workout for you, then why would you do that when there's safer, easier, better, more effective options that take half the time?
I think that's a good way to frame it is, when you're asking, especially specific things that are like, is this exercise good for me? I think a good way to frame those questions is, does this exercise, depending on the frequency, does this exercise help me reach my goals? And am I able to recover from it? And if the answer from both of those is yes, then it's probably a good idea to keep doing it at the current volume that you're doing it.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Brian knows a lot about training.
I just work here, man.
Especially that's why I deferred to Brian for the back question, because Brian has been living with back pain for 5 or 6 years. And he's read every frickin' Stuart McGill book, podcast, program, pamphlet, email blast, and everything in between, and all the people that are connected to that dude, and anything that he can get his hands on to figure out how to diagnose his back pain. So that's why it's like, I got lower back pain. It's like, talk to Brian, man. He knows about that stuff. Because why would I know much about back pain if I don't have back pain?
Well, have you ever had any shoulder issues? Because we had a couple people bring up someone's
Yeah,
recovering.
I've had shoulder issues from doing too much barbell bench press.
Okay.
Fucking
So
cut that shit out. My shoulders, they're not having a problem growing without that exercise. In my chest, you should have seen it before when I was doing all the nothing but barbell bench press. My chest was not growing and my shoulders were getting torn apart. I was getting tired before I got to the exercises that actually mattered.
I don't think you've ever dislocated your shoulder. Adrian looks like he just did, and he's having a hard time taking time off and sort of getting used to that. So
If it's
feel for
dislocated, you have to get it back in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you just let it hang there.
No, I don't think that's the case.
And we have
Is there like a
some.
movie where they have to be like,
I don't know. Adrian will have to fill us in. But there was also some folks who had some rotator cuff injuries. Any tips on getting back from those? I didn't think you had any specific injuries related to that, but I guess
No,
it's
because I avoid exercises that bother my shoulders. And then I also do a lot of rowing, rear delt work, and dynamic stretches for the
so
shoulders.
You did a lot of preventive work before. Okay.
I didn't do it for preventative work, but I did it because I needed it for other things, and it ended up being the preventative work that I needed. All right, I'm done dynamic stretching, so I'm going to move on to some more static stuff now.
Oh, and
Do an aerial real quick.
we do have our Matt House is here. Matt House is in the house.
Been a while since I've done an aerial. We on the front camera, Brian? How long has it been? I don't know. No, I did here. Yeah, one of these two. Cartwheel first. Okay. Simple cartwheel. Yeah, a second. Feels good. Just need more space.
All right. We have a
Do aerials in your bedroom.
yeah. So John, we got a super chat from Remy.
Hell yeah, Remy. PV is not PP.
How do you like your new Panada equipment?
I don't have my lab on.
Oh, no words. Okay. Hey Ben, thanks for joining. And thank you for the PP in chat. If you guys like what you're seeing, go ahead and spam some PPs in chat. Brian, you like all the big PPs in chat, don't you?
I love the big peepees in chat. I always appreciate it, fellas.
I guess this is becoming a tricky session.
This is becoming a tricking session. This
Well, that's the
isn't-
thing. Aerials build
Yeah,
flexibility.
we went from legendary flexibility to legendary tricking now. So. Oh
Which,
yeah.
by the way-
Which, hey, I forgot the book thing. Yeah, give me the little. There you go. You want to get legendary and flexible? You need legendary flexibility. It's a book. It's got pages. It'll tell you how to become super flexible, big, strong, jacked, yoked, and powerful. And it's got pictures.
We like pictures.
And how many pages is it? It's fucking 250 pages.
Yeah.
This thing took me 3 years to write. The goal when I was writing that book,
Yes, Richard, it has words too.
it's my goal in writing that book. My goal was I want to change the way everybody thinks about flexibility training. That's as tall of an order almost as going, I want to write a book that's going to change the way people think about strength. Like, that's a huge thing. So I was like, I'm going to write a book that changes the way people think about flexibility as a whole, everything about it. And I did it.
You know, I remember you
good.
doing that when we were at the apartment and we were trying to figure out the structure of the book. And so we would use finding different methods to do that, using flashcards, rearranging things.
The outline was the hardest part, yeah. I figured out the outline, I think, when we started going to your student library.
Yeah.
And then I'd spend like 8 hours there just like staring at a screen and just brute forcing the book for like a week straight. And then finally I cranked it out, and then I was able to actually put all my thoughts together in order, because that was the hardest part. I had so many thoughts, I didn't know how to structure the book. I'll do a few more tricks.
So Russell, just to come back to the shoulder stuff, Russell Beggerly, he had a nice little blurb a little bit earlier.
How you doing? Hello, Russell. Hey, David, Brian. You know, Russell, he signed up for the 24-hour deadlift stream. Yeah, poor fucker.
You don't know what you're signing up for, man.
So Russell said he had a big shoulder issue for like a year. Did a ton of upper back training and range of motion that didn't aggravate his shoulder. He's been pain-free for years now. So, again, consult a physician, but there are things that work. Okay, so we got a few super chats from Johnny Mango. Juji, still wearing your signature stretchy pants I ordered from you years ago. Wear them to training every day. Thanks, Juji. Be well. Oh, gosh. Johnny Mango, this pants monster is for you. I don't know what he's doing in his pants, but it's happening.
Most flexible pants in the world. If your pants can't do that, they're not flexible enough.
Well, speaking of flexible and flexibility, Remy has another super chat. He says, I do have way too much mobility in my knees and almost none in my ankles while my hips hurt. I will keep what you said about that in mind now.
Pretty good today.
Yeah.
I haven't done legs the day before yesterday, and today's supposed to be my off day, so I'm off day.
For all those folks who requested a backflip, here you go.
Yeah, the question. Whoa. Dang, dude.
Yeah, Eros, the cake in the pants is
Well, I just
yeah.
did it. So.
The pants shows off the cake. That's one of its many benefits.
So, yeah, Remy, I think that's a good idea. What John had said earlier, if you have too much mobility in your knees, on your ankles, hips hurt, keep all those things in mind.
All right. I'm done flipping around. I guess.
All right, SoCal Justice Warrior asked, have you ever thought about writing a novel?
Yes, but not fiction. More like one of those books you see on Amazon that's like based on a topic. You know,
Like nonfiction or like self-help or?
Oh, like
No, not fiction.
Are
at all.
you
Like-
trying to
like
not be stuck in a genre?
like a Tim Ferriss kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you know, like
Like a children's book?
the type of books you read on Amazon that people buy.
Like a coloring book?
So that's another fun part you guys don't get to see of Juji is like just the level of organization. Like when we come in, there's a sheet right next to me about what are we doing right before we go live. Like everything is very well planned and very well organized. Like and I've worked with other streamers and other YouTubers before. And half the time it's like a mess. It's like, oh, we'll figure it out when we go live. And John has like a plan for everything. So it is very well put together.
Here?
Oh, we were just talking about you writing a book.
Oh yeah.
So Gary Lebrec, thanks for the super chat. He states, I'm adding my first piece of Panada equipment to my home gym. Which piece would you recommend to start with when it comes to versatility?
For Panada?
Yeah.
For versatility?
So is this a, yes, that's the question. Oh, Remy said multi-hip.
It depends on your goal. Like,
yeah, there's multi-hip, there's the
you could-
multi-flight.
in my opinion, you could do most upper body workouts for strength or hypertrophy with free weights, dumbbells, stuff like that. But for leg training, if you actually want to like open up the doors to actually training your legs without frying your CNS with something on your back all the time or a deadlift, if you want to grow your legs, actually, you do need a dedicated piece of leg equipment, in my opinion. So this is why bodybuilders have big legs, because they train on that equipment. And
So, Gary, what if you just let us know what your goal is? I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe
'cause
that can help.
it just
narrow
depends
down.
on what you need the most or what you do the most. I do everything, so I just bought everything. Down here? I'm not in front of it. I can move it. Here.
Are you doing one of your favorite stretches?
Yes, this is warrior lunge. It's one of my favorite stretches.
Is it your favorite or just one of them? That's been a
I
question.
don't have a favorite stretch. You can't just pick one favorite.
Okay, Robert, that's your answer. There is
Yeah,
not
you can't-
one
You
favorite.
can't just pick one favorite.
You have a series, so you also like. What else do you like?
I think my live is not refreshing over here.
Okay.
Let me see. I could get my live chat going. There it is. Oh, that's why it was stuck on the other stuff for a while. All right, guys, I could see you now. I could see you. I could see you. This is called social stretching. Social stretching is good.
You do have a favorite dinosaur?
Stegosaurus is my favorite.
Okay, there
That's
you go,
easy.
Justin.
That was very easy answer.
Okay.
Like immediately. Like you could pick a favorite dinosaur. You can't pick a favorite color stretch.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Stegosaurus is the best dinosaur. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Come at me.
You like Cossack stretches, yeah?
I'm still doing warrior lunges.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna do splits here in a bit. I'm gonna do front splits.
I get you.
Yeah, I gotta train my front splits because I'll be doing them on stage here in a few weeks. I'm about 3 weeks out from my show, guys, so calories are low. You guys have probably noticed I'm kind of weird right now. I don't know.
Which, we got a pterodactyl in chat.
Okay, you
Thanks,
came at
Scott.
me. You win. You win. You can't pterodactyl. Yeah. Okay. You win. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I forgot about pterodactyl. Shit. I just got owned.
Pterodactyls can fly. That's like
speaking
a.
of bodybuilding,
Triceratops traps.
we did
Barn
have
door back.
a question from the anabolic cyan. Do you think doing sets of 4 to 5 with reps in the 12 to 15 range by stretching the muscle fibers and drawing blood into the muscles would work better for bodybuilding?
I think it's a really good way, yeah. I think sometimes you should play with the rep ranges, go a little lower, a little heavier sometimes, create a little bit more tension. And then it all has to be periodized. I don't think just one thing works forever.
Okay, which brings,
Actually, I don't think that. I know that. Like something works now, it's not going to work forever.
so Helmet here has a question. Where and how should I start stretching from scratch when my goal is maximum muscle hypertrophy? Thank you.
Stretch during the exercise. Who asked that question? Helmut?
Helmet.
Helmut, hey, what's up, brother? So let's say you want, that's like dog crap training. You ever see DC training? It's there's a huge stretch at the end of some of the sets. So it's like you do dumbbell chest press. Let's say you do like 10 reps, you get a failure on your last set. You just like drop the dumbbells to the bottom and let that weight stretch you. It's freaking painful, man. But that's how you would use stretching under load while you're training for hypertrophy at the same time to get the effect that you want. That answers your question. All right.
That came from the deep. Dog crap training, that was like 2006 T Nation forum
I'm almost
articles.
40, Brian.
No, I know,
People
but I'm
always
like,
seem to think that I'm like 24 or
no,
something,
but I'm
I
like,
look
dude,
50.
I haven't heard of dog crap training literally since the forums of T Nation.
Yeah,
which
it's DC. It's
yeah,
Dante.
if you guys didn't
Dante's
know,
co-owner of
Hi,
True-
Cobra.
True-
Thanks for
place to
joining
go,
us.
the place to go for fitness used to be the T Nation forums. That was the place.
Euros has a good point here. Stretching under load on lats is one of the greatest feelings ever.
I hell agree with you, bro. Like on a lat pull down, if you could just on that last rep, it's probably better if you're wearing straps for this because your grip's going to give out first. Otherwise, just let that crap pull all that crap up and just kind of sink down. It's going to hurt like hell, but man, Same with pull-ups. Like, go to pull-ups to failure and just let it hang there at the bottom. Stretch all that stuff. Putting those stretches at the end of like an exertion like that, money, man. That's how you build flexibility and muscle at the same time.
Do you do any static stretching? Because Helmet, when it was
I
clarifying.
am right now.
Okay.
I'm literally static stretching right now.
Okay, I'm not looking up.
This is, I'm static stretching right now.
Do you provide a beginner static stretching program for beginners in addition to bodybuilding?
So the book that I have
Functional
written,
muscle bundle.
Legendary Flexibility, will teach you how to stretch. And it's like, teach a man how to fish for a day, or I could just show you how to fish. That one's going to teach you how to fish. It's going to teach you how to stretch. Just pick a couple stretches, following the rules in that book. There's 4 rules for picking flexibility exercises. And then, that's basic. It's not about beginner, immediate, advanced. It's just about principles, because everyone doesn't know what the fuck they're doing when they stretch. I swear, dude. Like, I look at them like.
And the book is kind of laid out so that you sort of walk through kind of what to start with, right?
Yeah. It's.
Well, thanks for purchasing the Legendary Flexibility Carry Girl.
Appreciate
Hope
you.
you enjoy it. And yes, Remy, stretch those ankles.
PP. Thanks, Narantia. Swagophile, both. I'll do both. Oh.
Hey, Jonas, how are you?
Hey, we got the PPs in chat. Oh, yeah. Bring it on. Pooty Febbles is here. Say hi, David.
Sometimes this question comes up. So we got a question from JV. They remember seeing the D20s on your computer.
Yeah.
Other videos. Are you a D&D player? If so, which class would you want to train in? There's some
14. 14? Kind of exposure's kind of screwed up, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. What class am I? What am I? I'm a little bit of a mix, but I don't think I'm a ranger.
You would be like a mix between the fighter and the warrior, because you can use a lot of different weapons, but then also you're just like so strongly strength based. So.
Oh, I see your point. Yeah. Because in terms
You would
of like,
be because you can
fitness
multi-class.
person, I'm more tech savvy than almost all of them.
Right. You can. I feel like because like the fighter can do a lot of different things. He's kind of fast. He's kind of strong, and he's kind of smart. Like he's got So I'm like. That's why you got the like barbarian / fighter multi-class. Barbarian monk's a good one too. That's a good one.
Robert, you got to do what you got to do.
But Juji uses a lot of stuff, so he can't be a monk. Juji tried minimalism.
No, I'm not a monk.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not a
Richard
monk.
said he was a barbarian monk.
I'm not a barbarian. Barbarians are pretty limited too.
JV, did we answer your question?
It's a good question. I like those. Those are fun questions.
Oh.
Monk
Remy
barbarian.
came out with his super chat. He said monk barbarian. For all those suggesting, I guess you can make a case.
Like I said, you can multi-class.
I think Boog,
That's
yeah,
all-
Oh,
yeah.
Boogs,
Okay,
Boogs.
Scott's right. No. Scott nailed it.
Yeah.
Boogs is a
is.
barbarian monk.
Yeah, he
I'm
needs
not like
minimal
the
stuff.
Boogs.
He only
we got a
needs
lot
strength.
In common, but we're not the same. So if the Boogs is an archetype monk barbarian because he's, he makes do with little and he's a fucking berserker. Then I'm like I think Brian nailed it. I'm like
He's
more
been
like
going
a
ham
fighter
on the apples and the eggplant lately, with the grip strength.
I like those kicks he gets on. It's just like the flavor of the week for the guy. It's like you don't know it's going to interest him. This time he's squishing eggplants or something. I saw that. I like the trash can lifts he was doing.
Okay, for JV, who originally asked the question, stated totally, I think Juji is a fighter wizard. He has crazy stats too.
That's a huge multi-class right there. That's a lot of stats.
Wouldn't that be like a paladin?
Yeah, that someone Euros mentioned Paladin Goliath.
Yeah, I think. Holy shit! Pascal said he's stretched every day, 2,308 days. Can you get some round of applause for that?
Yeah,
dude?
send some peepees in chat for Pascal.
All right, I'm gonna come back and do the splits on my other side. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Well, I think he has a bodybuilding show coming up, right? I guess we'll see. All right, so we got Jonas. He says, so I've trained my entire life, but lately I've fallen off because of life. And I'm 27, so I'm starting to feel age a little bit. Best tip for guys like me starting up after a pause. Love the content.
I'm going to read it myself.
Okay.
Hey, Jonas. I wrote a book called The Builder. It's for people that are trying to get back into training or burnt out, and you know they need a kick in the ass. So it's like a 150-page book on motivation to get going training again. So
It's more training philosophy,
it's
but it
training
also has
philosophy,
a beginner's or getting back into it routine.
So I'd hate to
pull legs.
constantly refer to books I've written, but that's going to be the best resource for answering such a complex question.
Well, Robert, the weather here in North Carolina is trying to decide what it wants to be.
It's been rough.
Thanks, Robert C.
Been
Really
very
appreciate
rough.
it, man. Let me know how it goes. Email me if you have any questions about the programs.
And Daniel Dodson, he's about John's about 3 weeks from show.
I got 3 weeks, about 24 days out, yeah. So the way it was, can you see me? What camera is it on? I mean, I'm down here, man.
Yeah, Pootie Fabbles, it is that.
Oh, okay, I got you. I thought you went to the bathroom.
Matthew, we're glad that you're part of the community too.
Yeah. It's a progression of what? What are you talking about? Oh, stretches. Yeah. Easy. Just relax stretching. It's nice. Oh my gosh. So I had my calories driven down about 10 days ago to a very low point. It was very difficult. And then I did a check-in with Dorian. He's kind of keeping an eye on everything for me and running my ups and downs in my nutrition. And about a week ago, he looked at me and said, "You're stage ready now." Imagine how you feel when you're 4 weeks out and he goes, "You're stage ready now. Now we just got to coast." I was like, "Oh God, thank you." Oh, I was dying, dude. I was dying. I was starving so bad. It was almost like a medical issue. It was so bad. But he got me down and it's like, now we're just going to coast. So he actually boosted my calories up a smidge. They're still hella low, but you know, at least I'm stretching now. I'm stretching and talking now, so I'm definitely here. To what extent is muscle and strength loss acceptable during a cut? It's pretty acceptable. You're going to lose some strength, man. Like, it's going to happen, but you'll notice that after you're done getting down to where you want, if you start layering the calories back in, do reverse dieting, and start building back into strength movements, then it comes back really quick. So it's just like, you have to be acceptable with like give and take. It's the people who try to do everything at once. Like, let's lose fat, build muscle, learn how to backflip, and get the splits at the same time. They never achieve any of them. You got to pick one, get it, hold on to it long enough to keep it, and then switch and put the other one in the back burner. So this is what this is. This is back burner flexibility training, basically.
100 kg natty. I thought you were doing a leg day. I knew it. Saturday is it.
Every day is leg day for 100 kg natty.
Oh, no, he definitely does leg day.
See, I just read it right there. He said leg day in 40 minutes. Every freaking day is leg day for that dude.
No, it's Saturday.
He's 99 kilos of leg. That's how.
He's 99 kilos of leg.
Yeah. 1 kilo for literally everything else.
All right, so Gary had a question. How much does your physique change in the last few weeks before show?
Not too much. It changes the last week a lot. That's when you start manipulating water and everything even more. So
Yeah.
So like the definition isn't jumping out my legs right now. So I'm like, what's going on? But a lot of it is water retention, inflammation, and just things like that are going to be fixed like 2 or 3 days out. It happened last year.
100 kg natty, are you doing like Mike Menzer training? He's doing back and legs on the
God
same
damn, it
day.
sounds like frickin' Steve McCallick training.
All right. Simon had a question. Can I train in the AM right after waking up and static stretch in the evening before bed?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the better option actually.
All right.
I wouldn't do static stretches in the morning. I'd do them later in the day. If
And
you're gonna train, you can train in the morning.
Bulk Brogan asked, which athletes do you think would benefit the most from flexibility mobility training? All?
I think any athlete that needs it. I mean, it's kind of like you're going shopping at a grocery store and you're trying to bake a cake. It's like if you're trying to make a sweet cake and you don't have anything sweet in it, then you have to get that. But if you're making a savory cake, you probably don't need to go shopping in the baking aisle with all the Splenda and sugar and stuff.
Would it be a cake at that point?
It could still be a cake of some sort. Depends on the sport. Is gymnastics still a strength sport if there's no barbell? Yeah.
There's certainly
Yeah, it
mobility and flexibility.
Yeah,
Training.
but they need more flexibility than, say, a powerlifter. The powerlifters can have too much flexibility. If you're freaking ass to grass squatting when you stop at parallel at comp, then why are you doing that?
Powerlifters need just the range of motion to achieve the lift and nothing more.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe at the end of this, we have a Ryan here who wants a little bit of a pose down routine. Maybe you can give him a little double bicep or something.
Okay. Give it a shot. How much time is on the screen? I've got my stretch clock over there. Oh, I got 17 minutes left of stretching. Okay. Let's do this stretch.
All right, we got a super chat from Hayden. Who were your main fitness influences? Real, fake? Real/fake.
Real/fake. I don't think I had any influences. I mean, there's people that I learned from, but
Jack LaLanne?
I mean, I learned some stuff from them, but it's not like I would never say that I had an idol. There's different people that I could call I could role model some behavior off of them, or some people that I respect that person. But beyond respect, it's not like, that's my inspiration. That's my God. No, I never had that. Even when I was 14. It's like...
We've had a couple questions about volume or intensity, or volume versus intensity. I'm not really sure where you guys are wanting to go with that question. John, do you have any ideas?
Intensity goes down, volume goes down. Everything goes down the drain because
we
you
got
don't have food.
volume
you just hold
versus
on for dear life.
Volume versus intensity when prepping for a show. Okay, thank you for clarifying.
You try to keep the quality of your workouts as high as long as humanly possible, but they're going to start to go down. You have to start making subtractions when it's reasonable. So it's a pretty complicated question, but you get weaker, and you try not to get weaker. But it happens anyway, but you don't put your body in a position where it can't recover, so it's an art. Oh, Dave, thanks for the nice words.
Here you go, Euros.
Kyokushin Karate. Okay, never heard of that one. Kyokushin. How many forms of karate are there, Philippe? I'd be curious.
Juji, you did karate, is that correct?
I did Taekwondo.
Taekwondo.
Way of
There
the
we go.
foot.
Yes.
It's a lot like
Much kicking.
Taekwondo in the U.S. is a lot like karate in the U.S. But when you start delineating based on the type of karate, it becomes more legit at that point. Like Goju Ryu or, Kyokushin. There's probably a bunch more types. I just don't know. I'd like to know what the difference is. I like that 100 kg natty. That's a pretty simple, easy way of just stating it. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to be doing 100 reps with 85% of your max. It's not going to happen. So volume, when it's at 100 reps for an exercise, your weight's going to go down. So, but total load calculated, there's kind of a sweet spot where it just kind of intersects, and it doesn't really matter whether you did 7 sets of 3 or 6 sets of 4. It's going to end up the same. I want to do this. Let's do this machine. This will be fun. This will be easy for me to look at you guys while I do this damn thing.
Do you need a crotch privacy shield?
Nah.
Courtesy of Panada?
Nah. So I got towels on this. This is a stretching machine I bought used. And I got the towels because I go so far on it that it starts to press into my ankle bones a little too much. So that's why I got a little towel there. All right. Look at this. It's like Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know, get the things in the forest with the trees and the guy yanking on the rope trying to break the guy in half, and he's just like.
What about you just go in between some semi trucks?
Huh? Yep, that was my goal, Richard. I used to think these were dumb as a kid, and they still are, but they're fun, and they're not a complete waste of time. So, if you do them right, I'm not doing it right now, but you gotta have to like kind of squeeze your legs together when you're there, create a little bit of an isometric contraction, and then relax, and then expand. Just P&F stretching, basics. Proprio, neuromuscular, facilitation, stretching, isometric stretching, all the same thing. Contract. Relax as much as you can. Further. You'll do that a few cycles. Rest. And get out of it. Take a rest set. Basic principle of building flexibility. Build strength in a position. Your brain thinks it's okay to go further. It's a brain thing. PP stretching, that's right. PP stretching, let's go, let's go.
Gym Cat is great. He is sleeping under the porch right now because he's just what he wants to do.
Thanking Mike, there we go. Yeah, Fabio, not to bust your balls, nice pun, but my balls are not glued to my thighs. They're not stapled to my thighs. They're not actually attached or sewn in any way to my thighs. So when I stretch, they just kind of hang in between my legs.
All right, Robert.
So it
Have
don't
a good
really
trip
hurt
to
my
Lowe's.
balls.
See you later.
I saw you in there, Chug, by the way.
Bye bye,
Welcome.
Robert.
And Ryan, yeah, John's gonna be using some of his flexibility. in
If
his
you need
posing
anything
routine.
from Lowe's, let Robert know. He'll pick it up on the way. I need some 3x8 pipe fittings for some Teflon and a filter for my air conditioner, 20x4x10s. Thanks for coming in, Robert.
Appreciate
That's
you.
funny. He's asking Chad if they need anything from Lowe's while he's out.
Yeah, that's a chat thing, by the way. Like when people are gonna go out, they'll be like, "Hey, I'm going to McDonald's. You want anything?" And then you take the orders of the entire chat. Now, will they ever get their fast food? Probably not. But
Well,
it's the
Austin-
thought. It's the thought.
Austin's gotten 2 pairs of the stretchy pants, and his legs outgrew the original classic pair. So
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I'm wearing XLs now. I wore larges for the longest time. I started just wearing the XLs. I just like the baggier. They're very forgiving in terms of like the size. The Juji pants, guys, if you go to my website, I have Juji pants for sale. They're the most flexible pants in the world. There's a lot of good questions here. I want to know, David Hall lost 100 pounds in 2 years. I want to know, give us your top 2 or 3 things that helped you do that, man.
congrats on that. Yeah.
Congratulations. I always like hearing what helped those people, like when they lost such a significant amount of weight, because it's always interesting to see, like, you know, what was the thing that like really got you, like, that you kind of relied on, you know? 100 kg, I don't know. It depends on the person.
And Matthew Schumacher, yeah, John still uses the Olympic rings in flexibility mobility work. So
Helmet, I don't really do static stretching before working out now. But if you want to fit it in before training because it's convenient.
there we go. David Hall's answer: caloric deficit and cardio. Solid.
I mean, God, dude, it's like, there we go. I mean, that's what works, you know? You just caloric deficit and cardio. Good job, man. Big Lenny, cookie cutter. Too many cookie cutters. Big Lenny's funny. You know, he messages Antoine all the time, just random shit.
Congrats on your bench, Peter.
Yeah. There we go. Let's go. Let's go further. Torture device stream.
Oh, look, it's professional bird lawyer back in chat. Get that bird law. Remy has another super chat. Buying books and pants live. Is there a code?
Oh, it's in the description. In the description, it's stretch 10. It'll save you 10% on. I think the other code works. I think there's another code for the other stream that actually saves on the pants too. It's 20% code. Which one was that? Was that one butt 20 or whatever? Ham 20. Try ham 20. See if that one works. Code ham 20 will save you 20% on all products. You can't use two codes at once, but that one will save on the pants too. Ham 20. Get me out of this damn thing. Oh my gosh. Let me take over the green screen. Yeah. All right.
What?
Use all the toilets. All right, guys, I'll catch you here. I'll be able to field some questions a little bit easier than when my crotch is getting stretched very hard.
So Helmet asks, just to clarify, if to purchase Legendary Flexibility as a stretching beginner.
I mean, you don't have to purchase it, but you know, it's a good book for everybody, beginner, intermediate, advanced. I'd appreciate it if you did. There's a code for it, save money on it. But yeah, it'll teach you everything you know about stretching. Woo! Bird law and no mistake.
Mike.
Oh, you pressed it there. Brian, you set me up, motherfucker. Brian, jeez, man, he left me with a muted mic. Man.
All right, question from Muhammad. So you're pursuing live streams more instead of regular videos. Is there a reason, or you just like it?
We're just trying it out. I mean, I'm very busy doing a lot of things, and we don't have time to film a million videos. So, and we're just trying to fill in the gaps with some live streams. So, I appreciate you coming in.
But we will be, our next series of videos will be in Canada.
Yeah, so we have a video coming out Tuesday, and then we're filming with a guest the following Saturday, and then we'll be in Canada for a week where we'll film 3 or 4 videos. One of them is going to be with Devin Larrett. And then we'll get back.
Antoine.
And Antoine. Antoine is coming over along with Devin the following month as well. So, I mean, we got a lot of things lined up. So, yeah, we also do live streams. A toilet seat does not hurt when you get super lean. No. All right, guys. Stream ends in 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes.
We're going to be in Ontario.
Ask me questions. Ask me questions, or just spend PP in chat. You know. Yeah, for 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes, man. 5 minutes to learn the secret
All
of
right,
training.
Jack Arrow asks, do you consider a full back bridge a healthy stretching goal?
No, it's not healthy. All the people that I knew, the circus athletes that were very good at bridging, the back bridge, had a hell of a time deadlifting. Like they said, that lift just, no matter what they did, would just screw up their back. So I think all the back bridging was kind of dysfunctional past the actual application of what you would use a back bridge for. Yeah, it just depends on your goal. Now, no, those are extreme examples. I'm talking about people who like could fold themselves into a frickin' like almost circle. I'm not talking about just a guy just practicing the bridge and just like kind of sticking around the same limit, you know? So hopefully that answers your question. Not to be scared of the stretch, but if you make it a goal to go crazy on it, probably not going to be the best thing for stability. Remember, you want stability in your lower back.
So, Robert C is about to do a hamstring-based workout. What's your go-to movement for that?
Man, I love hamstring curls. You know,
Prone? Seated?
All of them.
Okay.
I love all the hamstring curls, man. My hamstring curls are what grew my hamstrings. Do all the frickin' stiff leg deadlifts and stiff leg variations you want. I'll argue with the people that are arguing that that's the ideal way of stressing your hamstrings, but curls, man, that's what did it for me. Thanks, Chaos Disciple. I really appreciate it.
So, how do you feel about one exercise every day a la Boogs, such as the overhead press every day?
I don't know why you'd want to do that every day.
If you want to get really good at one particular activity and you want to get really strong in it,
I tend to disagree with it more and more these days. Though it's like I understand if you're practicing an extremely technical sport, like you do need more time practicing.
that neurological adaptation,
Yeah.
which means you need a certain volume of practice.
You want this?
Oh, it looks like Russell, he asked, did you ever use that SSB JM press again after you did that Elite FTS? He tried it out today.
Yeah, we'll skip to that question. It's a little simpler. Thanks, Remy. I'm glad it worked. Extension and curls to failure. Yes, exactly. Extension and curls. Antoine's biceps are doing great. He just won a pro comp, so he's qualified for the Olympia, and we'll be going to the Olympia too in Las Vegas. So we got a lot of travel coming up after my show. Favorite tricep exercise? Just got to be push downs, man. I love all these push down variations, bro. They work.
Push downs are the way.
Push downs are the way. It's just like they're kind of hard to make work though. You got to be pretty
Ooh,
creative.
Bird lawyer.
Bird lawyer.
He practices bird law.
Bird law. What are your thoughts on going toe-to-toe with me in bird law? Professional bird lawyers in the chat, guys.
You're going to win with all your talons, bird lawyer.
I mean, with a name like professional bird lawyer, I don't have any thoughts on going toe-to-toe with you, brother. So, but if you want to join my team and be our
if you're a
resident
bearded
team
bird
bird lawyer for us,
lawyer.
we'd gladly have you on. Just send me a resume.
I don't think we have a bird lawyer on the team yet.
No, we don't have a bird lawyer in the team. Rope pushdowns are good. I don't like rope as an attachment. I like other ones. But, yeah, rope pushdowns a good start. At least try to do double rope so you get a little bit more range of motion for
Yeah,
tricep.
double rope's good because you can.
Yeah,
flare
because
out
a
the
single
bottom.
rope is too limiting. You got to get your shoulders out of it. You got to like widen that
Yeah,
shit
I
up.
feel like if you are gonna flare out at the bottom, anyways, there's better attachment.
Yeah. Hey, Reza, I stretched for like an hour and 10 minutes, so this is the last minute and 45 seconds of stream, so you can check out the VOD. I did some backflips and some flips and some splits and stuff while I was chatting, so thank you guys for coming in. Which bodybuilder influencer would you want to go against in a boxing match? Who do you guys think I should go against in a boxing match?
Question.
You have any ideas? I think I'd be pretty good at it, man. I got really long freaking arms, and I'm
Yeah.
naturally suited for endurance. Nobody
Yeah.
knows that, but that's like my genetic predisposition.
Right. I say
I went against my genetics my whole life doing strength. But when I started training as a 13-year-old, like 1 week of running, and I could run 10 miles without stopping. Just like, the fuck is that? You know?
I'm trying to think of like other strength influencers that are also your size because I'm size matters quite a bit. It matters quite a bit.
Yeah. Size Bradley Martin. I think it'd have to be someone I don't like. I don't dislike Bradley. Bradley's a good guy. I don't know. I have to think about it.
So, are you on the mindset right now?
Yeah, I'm totally on the mindset right now, guys. Totally on the mindset of we got, man, after the stream ends, I still can't eat. Damn. I'm like I'm looking at a clock, like counting down the minutes till I could eat. I'm like, I gotta wait another hour.
I do not see Judy doing a marathon.
Yeah,
anytime.
Richard, it's about how it works. No, I'm not gonna do marathon. I'm not switching to endurance sports. I'm never gonna do that. It's completely.
It's Mufu Dad territory.
Yeah, I'll let him do that. There's nothing there for me. It's-
Comps in 3 weeks.
Yeah, the comp is in 3 weeks, guys. Got 24 days out, so things are already pretty real. You just caught me at a good time.
Earthfinger Danielle have the mindset.
Got the mindset. Bumstead versus Juji. I don't dislike Bumstead. You guys got to think of somebody I don't like.
John, what do you mean? How are they supposed to think of someone that you don't?
I guess they have to keep guessing. I guess or
There we go. Scott Beckman has it. PP's in chat.
PP's in chat, guys. All right, that's the end of the stream. It was a short stretching stream. We're gonna be we will not be doing a live stream next Saturday because we have a guest we're filming for an actual YouTube video. But and then I think we're gonna try to do a stream mobile in Canada with Antoine and some other guests. We're gonna have some fun. So we guys got to figure out how to do that. But that's not this upcoming week. It's the week after that.
That's right.
So yep. All right, guys, and the next video is coming out Tuesday. Yeah. Brian, can you wait an hour to eat?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want to watch someone eat right now.
No,
This is
I would
miserable.
feel really weird if you're just like staring at me with your like hollow cheeks and eyes. You're like, Give it to me.
Yeah, I'm diet death face. Oh, you look 55. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
I'm getting there. By the time I'm competing on stage, I'll look 65.
By the time we're actually there, people are like, Juji, are you okay?
Did you get your AARP card?
My what? My PP card? PP cards. All right, guys.
Appreciate you, fellas.